woman named Korshonda and her son were viciously attacked near 106th and Bensley. Korshonda says her son has been bullied at Wright and claims the administration has not done enough to protect him.
This is disturbing. I can't stand a bully, and I can't stand stuff like this, especially coming from children thinking that they're grown. Hey y'all, welcome back to their channel. Now, if you're new here, welcome to the family, friend. I'm Charlotte Nicole, and here is where we dive into trending topics, reactions, and lifestyle content. Now, if that sounds like your vibe, go ahead and smash that subscribe. Now, if you already read the title, then you already know why we're here. We're diving into a story that recently went viral on TikTok. So the woman that was attacked by middle school and elementary students was assumed to be pregnant based on the videos that had came out. Turns out that she actually struggles with sickle cell. So that's the reason why her stomach looked the way that it did. Everybody wants to know what happened and why did these kids attack this woman and her children? Now, before we get into this story, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into the video.
A 33-year-old says she was walking her 9-year-old son home from school when they were jumped by a group of kids. And we need to warn you, the video is difficult to watch. We have frozen it before things escalate. Chicago police are now investigating after the woman named Korshonda and her son were viciously attacked near 106th and Bensley.
Lord.
That's just a couple blocks away from the elementary school. It happened yesterday shortly after dismissal. A group of kids approached them. Shonda says her son has been bullied at Wright and claims the administration has not done enough to protect him.
Because I felt helpless because I was down on the ground and he was down on the ground and he's looking at me screaming like, "Mommy, please help me, help me." I couldn't get up myself. I couldn't do nothing.
She's sick. She has sickle cell. So I guess they seen a little weakness on her because she's, kind of walking a little slow, and they have no right to put their hands on an adult.
Absolutely not.
Devon Lee, who was at work when the attack happened. Hatter went on to tell me that her son has been bullied for the past 2 years at Orville T. Bright Elementary.
So you telling me that for 2 to 3 years as a mother, I am letting the school know these children are attacking my child? And you telling me for 2 to 3 years, the school did nothing? How often does the school system fail us, y'all? This is just not surprising to me.
Come on, blood. Shamar looking at. Shamar.
They said this woman looks like Shamar? These kids are disrespectful. They don't fear authority. They don't have respect for no one. They don't even respect their own parents. But yet it's still quite a few parents out here that think this cute. Clearly, there's a young child holding his phone, calling an adult out her name, calling her a B, saying she looks like Shamar. Where are they learning it from?
Look at them ankles, boy. Shamar looking at. Giant. Julia. Hit.
Did that child just hit her son in front of her? It looks like she was holding her daughter and she was looking at her son, and I'm assuming one of them smacked her son. That's why she walked up like that. And they cornering her? Oh no, we passed bullying. I need y'all to stop saying bullying, because what I just witnessed just now, they may be kids, but the way that they're moving and antagonizing this lady and her children, this is gang-like activity. Y'all, the next clip that I'm about to show you is actually the mother in the hospital. She's giving us a little bit more context as to what happened, so I'm about to show y'all that.
Yeah. I've been complaining to the same motherfucking school for 2-3 years now. And first, it was just like calling each other out of their name and shit. But now we got worse. The little boy, he's showing guns in his backpack. My son is 9. And the little boy that with the guns and shit, He gotta be about 11 or 12.
You telling me a 12, 11 don't matter? Is out here pulling a bang bang out of his backpack and is shooting it around the neighborhood. I don't care what none of y'all saying. This is a game. This is not just bullying. This is past bullying at this point.
And his brother named Demetrius, he gotta be about in 5th grade. I don't know what it is, but my son is very friendly. Like, he not the type that likes to fight. He's not a fighter. So they get out of school. They get out of school at 2:45. Boom. Okay, cool. My kids asked me, could we go and get, nachos? And we went and got nachos. That's what we were going to get. Now, match y'all. Everybody just got out of school. Now, I was walking to go pick them up from school. So, it's morning. I was at the school. I stayed at that school for about 10:30. Every time I come, all of a sudden, principals and people are in meetings. Y'all can't be in meetings every time I come. Okay, so I'm like, I'm not leaving until I talk to somebody. This is serious because they were out last night trying to bully my son when we came back from the store.
So you telling me that the same kids that jumped her did it the previous night as well? And y'all did nothing? This is disturbing. Because this woman clearly cannot fully defend herself. I can't stand a bully, and I can't stand stuff like this. Especially children thinking that they're grown.
Mind y'all, the little boy that bullies my son, he don't get all rowdy and this and that until all his friends is around. Okay? It's about 20 kids, damn near 5th grade, all the way up until 8th grade. What is an 8th grader doing trying to swing on my son?
Right.
The little 13-year-old girl that y'all seen in the video earlier, she smoked weed. And I'm like, what the fuck?
But wait! There's more!
So shortly after this incident happened, it then came out that this was not the first time that these bullies have done this. Buckle up.
Group of kids who attacked a Chicago mother and her 9-year-old son have been terrorizing another family.
Carolyn Sanford says the same group of kids who attacked Hatter and her son brutally attacked her adult son this past summer, leaving him unconscious on the ground for half an hour.
Wow.
She says they picked on him because her son has autism and is an easy target.
Ain't gonna lie, it's hard remembering it.
For 21-year-old Sean Brown, this attack left him with a fuzzy memory and PTSD.
I couldn't get up for a little minute. My head was hurting.
You can see in this video, he's running from a group of kids. The incident happened near the Trumbull Park Homes, a Chicago housing authority complex. Brown says he was leaving the grocery store when he made eye contact with a group of kids and started running when he was just steps away from his home. You can see Brown is holding a grocery bag, trying to reason with the kids. Then things escalate. We've stopped the video before the kids pulled him off of the grass and into the street. It's not a coincidence.
Jesus.
The group of kids attacked Korshonda Hatter and her 9-year-old son. Our analysis shows the two videos were shot by the same child.
But then don't let it be the same parents that think this is cute and think that it's not a big problem. It's cute until they do it to the wrong people. And then they'll be the first ones crying on the news saying my kid was so good, he didn't deserve it, when somebody unalives them because of this type of stuff. It's all fun and games until it affects your household. Then they want sympathy from somebody. One thing that I can say, I am proud that the community within Chicago stood up and stood together. If a child is grown enough to unalive someone or beat up someone, they are grown enough to accept the consequences and the repercussions for those actions. I don't care, I said what I said. So I seen two different parents actually come out and say something, so we're about to watch that.
Everybody, we've all seen the video. Everybody's been sharing it. The public outcry is definitely there. And we're all on the same accord that I think more so than anything, we want everybody to understand that this is a child. All of them children that was in that video was children.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Why is that the first thing you could say? They children. They weren't doing children like things, ma'am.
Some of them, not all of them, may have families, but this baby here, She has a family that cares, that loves her, that has held her accountable. She understands what is going on, and I don't expect her to speak as we are going to speak because she's a child. What grade are you in, Kamara?
8th.
What grades do you get?
A's and B's.
We don't care that she make A's and B's. We don't care. What we saw in that video, well, how was she held accountable? Because if she was being held accountable for real, show a video of you reaching out to that mother and saying, I'm going to discipline her, but what do you need from me? Because that is not how I raise my child. Instead of going on social media to try to convince us, why don't you go talk to the mother that your daughter attacked? How about that?
I was homecoming queen. I'm the captain of the cheerleading team.
What you smirking for?
This baby, as well as all the other babies that's in that video, are very much our future. So if we laughing at them, we laughing at ourselves. Our young kids that we get out here and we touch them, that we let them know that we here, that we got something to say, that we care about them, that they have more resources than they know.
Girl, what? What? Where have you been the whole time that your daughter and her friends were harassing and terrorizing the whole community? What resources were you making available to your daughter when she was running around here in these streets? We need to show them more resources. Why weren't you doing that? It's not about judgment. It's about correction, because she's not the only parent that has neglected their children. You allow the streets to raise your children. And I'm so sick of people, because it's a lot of women out there too saying, well, you don't know how she's living, and the father may not be in the daughter's life, so it's hard. I understand life is hard as a single parent. I get that. You think I don't have friends that are strong single mothers? But one thing that I will tell you, I've seen strong single mothers that do not play and do not allow the streets to raise their children because they know how detrimental it is.
You know the whole city of Chicago looking for you, right? You and your little friends. Because you was grown yesterday. So now they looking for you. You know that, right? You know I'm not helping you, right?
So this was another mother that actually recorded herself telling her son, who obviously was a part of that group of children, because you chose to do what you did. So she recorded herself saying, hey, I'm not going to help him. It is what it is. You deserve what comes to you. For me personally, the only thing that I see when I look at this is obviously this mother has absolutely neglected her own child, because you found it more important to record yourself telling him that I'm not going to help you. The outside looking in, that shows that you don't care about this child. Why did you need to record that? You could have disciplined him, expressed how angry you are with his actions, and took him in because you knew that they were looking for him. But instead you thought, let me go ahead and get a little attention. Let me go ahead and record this. So now, y'all, let's go ahead and get into how TikTok is reacting to all of this.
Chicago, y'all done went too far, but baby, I would have went further. When y'all mamas woke up this morning, they would have had to plaster GoFundMe's all on their social media pages, because I would have laid y'all little asses out. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about the woman that was attacked with her 2 children in Chicago by elementary and middle school children. It was disgusting. It was diabolical. It was gut-wrenching. It was heartbreaking. It was freaking terrifying to even watch something like that occur.
Yeah.
And all I'm going to say to the parents, if y'all don't tame them little animals that y'all got, y'all going to see their little asses on the first 48. Now, what I will say is the community showed up and showed out this morning. They came to that school and they stood on business, and they was not playing about that lady.
Literally, Chicago pulled up, showed up, and showed nothing but love and support. It was honestly beautiful to see all those Black people come together and say, no, we not standing for this.
And to that mom that got jumped on by them kids in Chicago, baby, when I tell you the city of Chicago instead of behind you so bad, I personally feel like this was a blessing in disguise for her, because this lady is about to get blessed beyond measures. And to the mamas of those raggedy ass kids, it's like we can't even be mad at the mamas, because these kids nowadays are bad as hell. Like, have y'all ever just been around kids? They cursing around adults. Like, my age, I'm 30 years old. I learned you don't curse around adults. You don't disrespect adults. I used to be scared to disrespect my mama. I used to be scared to get in trouble at school. The mamas probably can't even control their own damn kids. And then again,
no, I'm gonna have to disagree with that. You nip that in the bud as young as possible. And if you cannot control and discipline your own children, there are resources that can help you. I hate when we make excuses for it.
Now I see why Chicago is in an uproar, and that school got an answer for this.
That lady said she been complaining for the past few years about their school and about the issues that these kids have been picking on her child. She been trying to get help. She done signed warrants and everything. And these hood rats, she said the boy she's worried about her child because the boy that's picking at her child showed a pum-pum in the book bag. Now, my question is, 11, 12, 13-year-old, where you get a pum-pum from? We know where you get it from. And then, not only that
part.
It made me feel so sorry for that mother in that hospital. You can tell her kids are closer because you heard the little boy kept telling his mama, stop crying, mama. Don't cry, mama. I think she was on live. Somebody said something like, you just mad because y'all lost. Y'all lost what? Your community lost. That's who lost.
Thank you. Fact. That part right there. The fact that she was on live in the hospital, the clip that I showed y'all where she was laying down telling us, giving us contacts. There were people in the comments saying, oh, you just mad because you lost. No, like the lady said right here. No, your community lost. Laugh at that. Your community has failed. Laugh at that. Yep.
I'm cool with being an equal accountability smoke giver and holding the school accountable. The reality is that this is the parents' fault. All of this bad behavior, this club lifestyle, the music that we listen to, it all leads to degeneracy. Yep. It all leads to something that none of us wants to see, and that's our children suffering because the parents have an inability to raise their children effectively, and they still not coming up with the right solutions. Because you talking about bullying, that's not bullying, that's gang culture.
Thank you. What did I say? What did I say? Glad somebody else pointed it out. I told y'all this is gang-like activities. This is past bullying. You tell me 11, 12-year-old got a pum-pum? Bang, bang. What adult gave that to him? Huh?
Of course, we can hold probably the same man accountable. It was probably 2 guys that populated that whole school over there. Ooh. Of single mothers. That's just the truth.
Oh, he clowning.
We want to solve for a problem. We solve for the majority, not the minority. If you open up your legs and you have children out of wedlock, and then you don't have the ability to really babysit your kids and put them in a position to be successful, what do you think that translates into?
Video that is circulating in Chicago, and it was just so disheartening to watch. Those are kids, and that lady was an adult, and the fact that you didn't have respect for an adult, that goes to show you who's parenting you.
Yep.
Because it's no way, shape, or form those kids were able to do that to a grown woman.
Yep.
Everybody wants to record something because that's all you saw were phones. So we have to do something with our kids. Like, we have to parent our kids better and stop trying to be their friend.
I'm gonna tell you this would have been a day that kids would have been off limits. I'm knocking their ass up like Trey. You have this lady walking home with her 2 kids, but then you have these group of kids that's following them. She don't even know these kids, y'all. They don't even know her. They were just picking on her. They picking on a goddamn adult like this. You better you know they picking on some little kids like this.
What do you mean there's kids in Chicago that just jumped a pregnant woman? And now one of the little girls that went after the mom has finally broken her silence, as her and her mom had just went on and made a public statement, and it is absolutely disgusting. So this pregnant mom and her 2 kids were walking home from school when suddenly this group of kids came up to them and just started wailing on all of them. I guess the kid has been bullied at school for the past few years, and initially after these kids went up to the 9-year-old boy that they were picking on, the mom obviously stepped in. Then these kids went after the mom even though she was noticeably pregnant. The group cornered them, kicked her in the
correction. She has sickle cell. She's not pregnant.
And even more worser, the entire situation was captured on video. And thank God this mom is now pressing charges on these kids. And this is disgusting that these kids are in like 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and they already are willing to do this to adults.
And good. Charges should be pressed against these parents, because how was y'all raising these little demons? Now, the mom who was attacked by those little gremlins at Bright Elementary School sits down with CBS Chicago, and let's listen in more about how the experience really shaped her and her children. And yes, that's her baby father.
Like, my son is, he's very devastated. He'll wake up out of in the middle of his sleep, screaming. He'll scream, "Mommy, are you there?" Helpless, because I was down on the ground. And he was down on the ground, and he's looking at me screaming like, "Mommy, please help me, help me." I couldn't get up myself.
So my whole thing is, when it comes to all them badass
baby ass kids that jumped that lady and her son while they was walking home from school. So like, if I was one of them parents of the kids who was like jumping the mama and the baby, I'm not gonna lie to you, y'all would not know about it. I would not admit that that was my child. I would not admit that. But just know that I will be in jail for probably child abuse, if not assault, because I'll beat the fuck out of my kid.
You could tell that those kids that did that shit to that pregnant woman in Chicago don't respect their parents at all, because there is no way. And you could tell those parents have no control over their kids. Number one, they need their ass beat. And the parents to every last one of those kids need to be held responsible.
Which they are, you guys. By the way, I don't think I said anything to you, but they are. They have the city, the streets have spoken. They have located majority of all the parents and the children involved. I hope that's the truth. I'm hearing that as well, that the parents have been contacted, located, the children have been found that are involved. All parties are being charged
for what they badass kids did. Now I see some of the parents posting their kids, trying to make their kids look bad on social media. Like, yeah, you had something to do with this shit, and the police need to come. No, the police need to come and get you. Y'all parents think your kids is your friend. Y'all don't discipline them. You play with them too much. And this is why these kids is running around here acting like this, because they think that adults are their equal.
Yep. Y'all gotta stop being friends to your kids. Your kids are not your friend. Y'all keep misconstruing that. But go ahead, y'all. Keep on doing what you're doing. It's real cute until it starts to hit your household. They're grown. They don't respect authority. They don't respect other adults. I don't even respect my own mom. I don't respect my own parents. Why am I going to respect the teacher? Why am I going to listen to a police officer? My parents don't care at home. They let me do whatever I want to. So when I'm out here in the streets, I'm going to do whatever I want to. And you're not going to tell me any other, because my own mama don't tell me what to do. That's where we are. Let's keep this conversation going in the comments. You guys let me know your thoughts on this story. If you're from Chicago, were you at the school? Were you out there supporting this mother? And if you have any updates, please let us know down below, you guys, what's really going on out in Chicago. And as always, you guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next video.
I like to call it a passion. I can be